Um, hello? Hello, gamers? Uh, hold on 1 second. Let me see something. Okay, yeah, it's working. It's on. All right, cool. My voice is kind of dying today. Um, but I mean, I'm fine otherwise. So, yippee, wahoo. Let me go ahead, put this over here, and go over to game screen. Yay! We are back with some more Wanderstop today, likely to finish the game. Um, I installed a plugin. So if you're watching this live on Twitch, or if you're watching a VOD on Twitch, you will be able to see captions for the for everything that I'm saying. Most of the games that I play are text based anyway, so I mean, it's not insane, but like you also obviously cannot hear what I'm saying, like if you want captions for that and stuff like that. So I added that in. Hopefully it makes the streams a little bit more accessible for those that want it. You can turn it off if you need to, you can turn it on if you need it, so on and so forth. But otherwise, I think I think honestly, I'm all set to just sort of complete the game today. When we go in, there is something that I absolutely have to do. I am required to do, and that is read the Dirk Warhard novels because I am so behind, and I keep saying each stream, "Yeah, I'm gonna go and read this. Maybe I should read this. I don't know," and then I just don't get around to it. We're gonna read those at the beginning of today's stream, and then we're gonna hop into the game and likely finish it today. So. Without further ado, let me go over and tab into the game. Get my controller here. Alright, cool. And let's continue. Alright. Before anything... Oh shit, I don't have it, do I? And I know that customer is out there. The customer I saw last time. I know they're out there. Don't talk to me. Ignored. No. No, we're not talking right now. Give me a minute. Alright, cool. Chasing Bullets, Critical Theory. Okay, that's the one I have to read afterwards. We're not reading that one. Book of Answers. So Ye Book of Answers. Oh, Boro, you gotta give me a moment. Alright, it was this one. All About Gardening is there. Edge of a Bullet. I mean, well... Alright, Boro, we'll talk. We'll say one word. Hello, miss. Boro has made you a cup of tea. This one is made with sweet milliums, which are a most invigorating sort of fruit. They are creating a feeling of deep focus and intention, a rigorous sensation. It seemed to me like the sort of brew Miss Alta would be a big fan of. But that is all. Tea delivery complete. My work here is done. Off I go! I'm wishing you the best as always. Thank you, Boro. Oh, I should probably sit down with this. I'm getting distracted. Both pieces, and then as both pieces fail to merge, an insight. I'm guessing that's like reminiscent of Alta, and then the other her that she keeps claiming is another part, like a different person. But I mean, it's very much her. Like it's just a different part of her. Maybe all of her all the feelings that she hasn't worked out through, you know? All right, let's drink this.
Oh, wow. This really does make you feel more focused, more alert, more actually. This is exactly the way I always feel during a fight. Because before a fight, your mind is just a jumble of noise. It's like a swamp, and you can't make anything out. And then, the fight starts, and things quiet down. And suddenly, focus kicks in. There you go. Now you're on track.
Ooh, the
Now
music.
you know what to do. It becomes clear. It's easy. It's nothing. Go. Up. Back. In. Left. Hit. Swing. Pause. Go. Everything makes sense. Everything is clear.
Even the voice acting was timed to it. That's cool.
Nothing fails. Go. 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 This feeling, it's her. The person who looks like me, isn't it? Yeah. This is her. God, I love this feeling. This is just... it's how I feel alive. I don't want to give this feeling up. Please, can't I keep this incredible feeling somehow? I can't lose this.
Ah, I see. It does seem like this is going to be the final because again, I'd said at a certain point that this game is very much like about the journey of starting to heal. We're not going to solve all of Alta's problems. She's got a lot of them seemingly. I don't think we can do that in the time span for this game. However, I will say that it does very much seem like, because it's starting to heal, this is kind of like the final part of that starting to heal. Is how do I accept that this is indeed a part of me? And how do I move forward from here? So, all right, we're going in here, and we're actually gonna read whichever one it is. God, we have two of them? Didn't I give one away? I thought I did. Okay, whatever. Whatever happens, happens. By D.B. Steele. Okay, the fastest bullet alive. The location, outer space. The mission, Dirk Warhard going to outer space. The man, Dirk Warhard, as always. Dirk Warhard knew only one thing about outer space. Anything you kill in space stays there for good. He couldn't remember where he had learned this piece of information, but it was about to save his life. 2 days ago, he had boarded a spaceship bound for the Global Alliance space station. Most field agents required extensive training to prepare for a mission to space, but Dirk Warhard was no ordinary agent. I mean, he killed the president, so I mean that's part of it. He completed the 3-week training program in a mere 6 hours, taught himself physics in order to build his own spaceship. Oh, so you've been playing Kerbal Space Program, I see. And most importantly, he could hold his breath for up to 30 minutes at a time. This last point was important because Dirk Warhard didn't trust the government-issued spacesuit he'd been given. It was common knowledge that the government filled the spacesuits with government air, a type of air subsidized by the government for public use. Okay, and so it had inevitably been breathed by all manner of degenerates such as actors and theater performers and improv comedians. Oh, the worst, just the worst of the worst. Dirk Warhard trusted air that only he breathed, and so throughout the mission, he had only allowed himself to breathe once every 30 minutes as to consume as little as the degenerate air as possible. Isn't Dirk Warhard technically a theater kid at the end of the day? At this very moment, he had taken one such breath. He was floating in space just outside the Global Alliance space station, fitted in his government-issued spacesuit. Not 100 feet away, a vicious man named Commander Huntington was waiting, also floating in space. However, Commander Huntington was wearing perhaps the most elite spacesuit ever constructed, a fusion-powered nanoparticle exoskeleton made from steel and magma, and designed by a man who didn't know how to love. Dirk Warhard grimaced at the relative puniness of his own suit as the government air rushed into his lungs, and he screamed as horrific thoughts of mediocre community improv assaulted his mind. Blah, blah, blah. This is gonna be one of those reading days, I can tell. I am a little tired, to be fair. Commander Huntington smirked, aware of his obvious advantage. I see you, Dirk Warhard, he yelled. I see you and the pitiful equipment you've lugged up here. How could you ever consider yourself a match for my superior exoskeleton? As he said this, the exoskeleton blinked in a pattern of glowing green lights that looked like a snake, which Dirk Warhard thought was super cool. Face it, chuckled Commander Huntington. You lost. Outer space belongs to me now, and with my unstoppable technology, I will rule over it like a king. Dirk Warhard wanted to yell back, well, you can't do all of that stuff if you're dead. But he knew doing that could so easily shave 10 minutes off of his breathing holding time. So instead, he turned to someone who could do it all, the talking for him, his trusty handgun. Amazing. Dirk Warhard pulled the handgun from its holster, pointed it at Commander Huntington, and squeezed the trigger. The bullet exploded out of the gun, raced toward Commander Huntington, and slowed to a complete halt, inches from Huntington's face. Commander Huntington burst into laughter. Well, well, it seems the most famous Dirk Warhard is fallible. My exoskeleton emits a gravitational field that will slow your bullets to a complete halt. Do you see now how useless it is to oppose me? I am invincible. And the lights on his suit showed the cool snake eating toxic waste and surviving. Wow, amazing. It was a terrible moment for Dirk Warhard. His gun had never failed him, and he had fired it over 1 million times, at over 10 million people. That's a lot of people. You'll never be able to shoot me, taunted Commander Huntington. Your bullets aren't fast enough. Suddenly, something sparked in Dirk Warhard's mind. Did you plant a mini bomb on him again? Like, I would love it if all the stories just ended like that. It's like, what you didn't know is that I planted a bomb on you again. Wahaha, look at me. The commander's words echoed in his ears. Your bullets aren't fast enough. His mind stirred, and a memory of himself as a young man suddenly flashed before his eyes. I said your bullets aren't fast enough, Warhard. Okay, we hear you. It was the voice of Hollister Mad Black, Dirk Warhard's very first trainer. Mad Black had been the one who shaped Dirk Warhard into the heroic agent of violent justice he would one day become. Mad Black was a brutal teacher, unrelenting in his methods, and incredibly specific in his background knowledge of your insecurities. And on that particular day, Dirk Warhard had spent all afternoon at the firing range while Mad Black berated him. Your bullets aren't fast enough, Mad Black growled. They're pathetic. They've got all the intensity of a comatose infant dying of the plague underwater. Do it again. Wow, okay, that was very creative of you. The young Dirk Warhard grimaced, his sweaty hands gripping the handgun, and he fired the gun once again with all his might. The bullet went fast. Really, really fast, but it wasn't enough for Mad Black. No, 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 yelled Mad Black. Still too slow. My grandmother could hobble faster than this, and she's literally made of bricks. Do it again. I wish that that Alta, and like I think more video game characters should do this. Alta should actually respond, like when you put down the book, and based on maybe the page that you're at, or maybe just like respond once to whatever item that you have and be like, what the hell did I just read? Just something a little bit like that, I think. Dirk Warhard was nearly at his limit. He'd been shooting bullets as fast as he knew how to, and it still wasn't enough for Mad Black. Dirk Warhard slumped his shoulders in resignation. Mad Black got it right in his face. Now you listen to me, Warhard. We aren't leaving this pristine, privately funded underground training compound until you fire a bullet so fast it leaves me in tears. And I've only ever cried twice. So, stand up, point yourself forward like a man, and fire the gun. I'm also like getting flashbacks to last stream when Alta went through his like yeah, there was this kid that asked me to train him, so I put him through hell. And I was like, what? Why did you do that? That was like the most insane thing I think I've ever learned about a character in a game. It's just like, what? A wave of determination swept over Dirk Warhard's face. He threw his shoulders back, raised his handgun into the air, and focused his mind on the one single thing in the world that brought him true happiness and inspiration. Dirk Warhard. He grinned. As his finger clenched the trigger with every fiber of strength he had, he screamed at the top of his lungs, "I'm Dirk Warhard." The bullet erupted from the gun, traveling at speeds he'd never known before. Hollister Madblack smiled. "That's it, Warhard. That's what I want to see. Again." Dirk Warhard fired the gun again, this time with even more strength than before. That's not how firing gun... This finger moved with a velocity he had never known in his life, slamming down onto the trigger. "My name is Dirk Warhard, and I am Dirk Warhard." The bullet erupted from the gun at a blazing pace. Again and again he fired, each bullet faster than the one before. After nearly 9 hours of uninterrupted gunfire, Dirk Warhard at last paused and lowered his handgun. He turned to see Hollister Madlack with a single tear rolling down his cheek. "Number 3, Warhard. Not bad." These words echoed in Dirk Warhard's memory as his mind raced back to the present moment, where Commander Huntington continued to taunt him using the exact same words he'd already repeated like 5 or 6 times by now. "Your bullets aren't fast enough to defeat me, Dirk Warhard." Dirk Warhard smiled. He gripped the handgun like you'd grip a beloved friend. "Yeah," and pointed it to the commander, who simply laughed. "Go ahead, try your best." Dirk Warhard closed his eyes and thought deeply about the one thing in this world he truly loved, the source of all his inspiration, the only man whose air he'd willingly breathe, and the only family member who had never sold his personal information to a country we're at war with. Dirk Warhard. A warmth filled him from within, circling his body before traveling downward into his finger. It was as though his finger was moving all on its own, unencumbered by any burden of life or physics, like it being a pure light traveling in an imperfect world. His fingers squeezed the trigger with more strength, more velocity, more momentum than any man alive knew was possible. That's just not how guns were. Nobody had ever fired a gun like this before. Nobody. Aren't we in space anyway? I forgot about that. Aren't we in space? With a deafening crack, the bullet fired directly at Commander Huntington. For a split second, Huntington felt a genuine shock that he may have been outmatched. And then, nothing. No reaction at all. Commander Huntington was perfectly fine. "Huh," he laughed. "You missed. The famous Dirk Warhard fires the shot of a lifetime, and he misses. Unbelievable." Huntington couldn't stop himself, and he doubled over with laughter. But Dirk Warhard didn't seem to mind. In fact, the faintest grin danced across his face. Commander Huntington laughed and pointed at Dirk Warhard in mocking derision, until suddenly he was seized by a very unusual feeling, the feeling of a bomb. No, what was this feeling exactly? It was as though the exoskeleton was gripping him just a tiny bit less than usual. In fact, he was starting to feel as though there was no exoskeleton. Not merely that the exoskeleton had been destroyed, but that it had never existed at all. Dirk Warhard had hit exactly what he'd aimed at. The bullet had erupted from the gun at such an unbelievable velocity that it couldn't be contained by the fabric of space around it. It shedded through reality, setting quantum matter alight in its wake, and in doing so, it pierced the veil of time. The bullet traveled so fast, it traveled backward in time. Amazing, just amazing. Backward a minute, then by an hour, then by a day, years began to fly by, and the bullet lost no momentum. It soared through the years until at last it found its destination, the steel and magma laboratory where the exoskeleton had been constructed, honed and refined in its design by the scientist who didn't know how to love. Decades of work and research had culminated in the unstoppable exoskeleton that Commander Huntington wore today. die. Yet, here at the start of it all, Dirk Warhard's bullet re-entered the fabric of space. It flew straight and true into the liquid explosive core of the facility, generating a spark that blew the entire facility to pieces. Is that the reason why Commander Huntington then became a villain? Is it like a time paradox thing like that? No exoskeleton would ever be constructed here, that much was certain. Now, in the present moment, Dirk Warhard watched as Commander Huntington grasped and flailed at the empty space surrounding his body, where the exoskeleton had been just moments ago. As Commander Huntington scowled at him in a combination of spiteful fury and suffocating, Dirk Warhard couldn't help but laugh. Dirk Warhard had always despised the past, but today it had saved his life. He knew it would cost him precious air, but he too was swept up in emotion. He turned to outer space and yelled, "My name is Dirk Warhard, and I will defeat the past even if it takes the rest of my life." Then he laughed and laughed until inevitably he had to breathe again. As he inhaled, the horrific thought returned of good-natured community actors trying to get a leg up in their highly competitive industry. He shuddered in disgust, but somehow it didn't bother him. Here in space, watching as Commander Huntington suffocated, or whatever he was doing over there, probably suffocating, yeah, probably dying, Dirk Warhard felt certain that he had made his old trainer proud, and that was all that mattered. Somewhere in the past, Hollister Madblack smiled ever so slightly and nodded in glowing approval as another tear ran down his calloused, stubbled cheek. Number 4, not bad, Warhard, not bad. Just amazing. We gotta drop this. We're dropping this one. Okay, cool. Let's actually help whoever we're helping. Oh gosh. Is there 2 people? Or is it just... Okay, no. That was just Boro. I was a little concerned there. I was like, what's going on? We are A-okay. So, hello? Is this a child? Or... hi kid. What are you doing out here?
Bang! I shot you! You're dead!
What? I don't know if I can do a child voice today. This is exactly the reason I've been avoiding Never 7, is because I don't want to voice Kurumi. Shit.
You're dead. I shot you with my gun.
No. Yes. Ow. Now I am dead.
I did it! I win!
Ah.
Mine. All this stuff is mine now. Everyone sucks except me.
I'm going home soon. Okay, well, Alta hates children confirmed. Good to know. Boro has something to say to me now. For some reason, Boro is not here. He's outside. Yeah, there you are. Boro, there's a child running around the clearing. Ah, yes. So I noticed. Have you spoken with her? Yeah, she's weird. Are her parents being anywhere nearby? I haven't noticed anyone with her. Yeah, I don't know why she's alone. I'll try to ask. Yes, Boro will keep an eye out as well. In the meantime, perhaps she would like a cup of tea. She doesn't seem to like the tea drinking type. If Miss Alta can find some enjoyment in tea, then anyone can. Is that kind of a diss to me? To be clear, I'm still not enjoying myself. If you say so, Boro, you know what? I do say so indeed. Alright. Well, I'm guessing I have to go talk to you wherever you're at. Let me go ahead and get my supplies here. Alright, stash. And Boro. Boro, I didn't mean to talk to you. This one here. Okay, cool. Yippee. There's always 1 T-ball for me to start with, which is good. And everything else is A-okay, I think. Alright, in that case, is this... Okay, this is still on. I was like, is it broken? It's not broken. let me go back in here, and we're gonna read another book. Edge of a Bullet. I feel like we read this one, but I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I did. So this is the one that I read. We can drop this as well. I fed this to a customer, but somehow it's still back. Okay, whatever. Yeah, the last one would be the one that's about a history, Chasing Bullets, a history and critical theory of the Dirk Warhard novels. Amazing. Let's read this. The enduring popularity of the Dirk Warhard novels presents an enigma for contemporary literary critics. How does one analyze and understand a body of work which is so superficial in its content, yet which has achieved such enduring audience adoration? While many are content to dismiss their popularity as a result of the simple-minded desire for easily consumable and mindless content, I believe that this perspective misses a crucial element of what makes the Dirk Warhard novels popular. After all, he's not the only vapid action hero in pulp literary fiction. So what makes his legacy so enduring? To understand this question is to understand the book's author, Jeremy Esterskov, Esterskov, who wrote the books under pen name D.B. Steele, did not always produce such simple-minded literature. The novels he wrote back in his early career, which, while similar in theme to the Dirk Warhard novels, walked a much more nuanced line in their portrayal of action heroics. For instance, The Flag Bearer Rest at Dawn depicts the struggle of two brothers on either side of a civil war, whose fraught attempts at reconciliation are complicated by the constantly changing messages of state propaganda. That actually sounds interesting. That actually sounds relatively interesting, like a good novel. A year later, Esterkov published Final Eyes, a futuristic thriller about a government agent whose desire to serve justice humanely is challenged by the encroachment of efficient yet thoughtless robotics in the world of law enforcement. Esterkov has repeatedly declined to speak publicly about these early works, but he has indeed talked about Dirk Warhard. Interesting. Or indeed any of his oeuvre. Oeuvre. I don't know. I don't know how to say that. I've never seen that word before. In time, he came to be known as an enigmatic recluse, someone who emerged from isolation only to deliver a new piece of work. His reticence to it really does feel like I'm back in school. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. His reticence to explain himself therefore invites a great deal of speculation as to why he shifted away from writing more nuanced material to instead pen Dirk Warhard novels. Of course, it's impossible to ignore the financial failure of his early novels, yet to focus on sales may miss the bigger picture. Esterkov was known to have a contentious relationship with his publisher, who at the time was attempting to capture a more artistic and socially conscious audience, and so put extensive pressure on him to make public appearances for press and the reception of awards. Esterkov bristled at the insistence, resentful of being asked to participate in the literary social worlds. We are then left to wonder whether the shift toward mass audience literature was actually a move by Esterkov specifically intended to rebel against the wishes of his publisher. Yet, regardless of Esterkov's intentions, what's indisputable is that the moment he shifted his efforts, I see you. You don't have to come and find me. I see you. I'll come and talk to you later. My goodness. Yet, regardless of Esterkov's intentions, what's indisputable is that the moment he shifted his efforts, he found immediate commercial success. His very first Dirk Warhard novel, is that a penguin? A penguin. On a Wing and a Bullet became a global bestseller and brought the name Dirk Warhard into the public vernacular. With these, oh, did you take one of the books? Yeah, you can have it. Honestly, it's trash. You don't read it. It's pretty bad. Within 3 years, Esterkov had published a further 6 novels in the franchise, including bestsellers Bullets O'Clock, Edge of a Bullet, and Knives at a Bullet Fight. Who is Dirk Warhard exactly? Going by the novels, he can be difficult to pin down. He is consistently portrayed as stoic and unflinching, yet with each novel he shifts socio-politically in order to meet the needs of the story. The best example of this is the perpetual question of whether Dirk Warhard works for the government or not. The answer seems to change in each book. True! He was in space for no reason. He was just for his own motivations, right? I think? Well, no, they said that somebody made the space... No, well, did he? He completed the training. Who sent him on the training? Why am I thinking about this? Why am I actually questioning this? His role in the execution of justice fluctuates between being a public good and being a rogue renegade, sometimes even within the same story. Dirk Warhard is also the embodiment of a stereotypical heteronormative masculinity. As the novels exploded in popularity, so too did they begin to attract criticism for their portrayal of Warhard's relationship with masculinity. As writer Laura Erhor phrased it, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say names, man. Dirk Warhard romanticizes male infantilization to an audience for whom contemporary expectations of masculinity have become far too nuanced. This and other criticisms resulted in a bitter retaliation from Esterkov, who chose to respond to his critics not via public statement, maintaining his ever trademark of aloofness, but through the novels themselves. His subsequent novel, Straight as a Bullet, was a naked attempt to repudiate? I don't know. His critics by having Dirk Warhard double down on every one of his most egregiously masculine tendencies. In the novel, Esterkov's longest ever, Warhard makes love for over 120 women and then kills dozens of vegetarians. I'm sorry, what? Hold on. What? We were given this in like our book class? The exact phrase, "I'm a man and nothing will change that," appears 26 times. It's at this point that the novel begins to dive toward a very specific thesis. Dirk Warhard is incapable of fundamental change because he is who he is as a result of inherent traits rather than a product of social or political impact. For instance, in the complex bullet, the bullet complex even, gonna be one of those days where, it's hard to read. The villainous Dr. Schmucktuck genetically modifies Dirk Warhard to make him more compliant and passive as a person. Yet Warhard's genes literally resist the transformation, rearranging themselves back to their natural configuration just moments after the procedure is complete. This is just a recurring theme in subsequent books, such as Face Full of Bullets and Bullets Forever, wherein the villains become focused less on personal gain and more on simply trying to change Warhard. It's in this trend that we see the core appeal of Dirk Warhard begin to emerge, a repudiation of the value of social political change. Change is the only consistent villain of the Warhard novels, the only concept towards which he remains consistently hostile. Is there someone here with me, or no? That's just Alta doing her idle animation. Even Warhard's notion of justice is malleable. At times he considers crime necessary to achieve justice, while at other times the elimination of all crime is the only path to justice. Yet in no circumstance is change acceptable for himself or for anyone else. Of course, we are again left to speculate as to the exact nature of Esterkoff's personal belief in the content he was creating. Are we to see Dirk Warhard through the eyes of the author who once penned serious and moody works of nuanced interpersonal intrigue? In this sense, the Dirk Warhard novels could be seen as a satirical lampooning of mass media interest. Or are we to assume that Esterkoff truly did come around to believing in the fundamental righteousness of never changing? This thematic thread may have continued through the novels if not for a personal setback. Esterkoff's brother passed away after the publication of The Bullet Hunts at Night, at which point Esterkoff's prolific pace slowed down dramatically. The loss devastated him. After several years of silence, he emerged from isolation with a new book, Whispers of a Broken Bullet, in which for the first time ever Dirk Warhard becomes a deeply emotive character. Interesting. Warhard monologues on the nature of pain for over a dozen pages and openly cries twice. There is no villain or central conflict. Warhard simply travels from place to place, remarking grimly on the various people and locations as he passes. In some ways, the novel feels like a return to Esterkoff's earlier works. Yet, if the response to his earlier work was muted, the response to Whispers of a Broken Bullet was hostile. Fans of the series uproariously decried the changes and demanded a return to form. Whether as a capitulation I'm sorry, I can't read, to public response, or perhaps a desire to distract himself with work of a less nuanced sort, Esterkoff abandoned the new angle on Dirk Warhard. His next book, Bullets Don't Cry, saw a derisive return to the Dirk Warhard of old. In this book, Dirk Warhard murders over 400 people. Okay, we're back. We are back to everything that ever was. Including the prime minister of every nation on the planet, becoming prime minister himself in several countries. His tendency toward What? His tendency toward cannibalism, already alluded to in previous books, was it? I don't think I read about that one. Ratchets up with the invention of his new justice cannibalism technique. The book shows Dirk Warhard's complete regression into the most thoughtlessly violent and virile version of himself, and was adored by fans upon release. Bullets Don't Cry ended up becoming the best-selling book in the entire franchise as of writing this piece. What? Yet the series resurgence was short-lived. A few years and a few novels later, a bombshell investigative report revealed that for an unknown amount of time, ghostwriters had been doing much of the work on the Dirk Warhard books. Really? Esterkoff was at a point in his declining years, and his publisher had progressively been enlisting uncredited staff writers to take over a significant amount of the writing. It was never revealed what sections of the later books were not written by Esterkoff, or indeed if he wrote a single word of them at all. But those hoping to hear an answer directly from Esterkoff were crestfallen when he passed away a few months later. In the wake of his passing, the publisher openly turned to ghostwriters to continue the series, albeit strictly in sequel form. Sequels such as The Fastest Bullet Alive 2, even Faster Bullets, failed to elicit a critical or even commercial response of any significance. To this day, the publisher continues to produce these sequels, still bearing Esterkoff's name, to a decidedly middling reception. The failure of these sequels and the questions of the novel's authorship invites the question, what was it that gave Esterkoff's heroic protagonist such broad appeal in the first place? Whether he wrote from a place of satirical mockery or from genuine belief in the need for regressive masculinity, Esterkoff's intentions were never truly dissected. His most enduring legacy, therefore, is not just the character of Warhard, but of a collective disagreement over the authorial underpinnings of the Dirk Warhard franchise. It is a question as enduring and unchanging as Warhard himself, and one which will irrevocably affix to the institution of literary criticism. That's insane. I can't believe I read all that. Look at Alta just stretching like, ah, God, I didn't want to read that. Okay, interesting. Stash. I mean, that was an interesting read. That was honestly worth the read. Where is the child? Apparently all the way over there. Let's go find them. This game is made by the same person that wrote Stanley Parable, which is a game I have not played, but I mean it's pretty beloved. And I think that there's something to be said about that sort of look at the history of the Dirk Warhard novels. There's something to be said about the idea that it's like, just keep making the same thing again and again and again instead of branching off and doing something like creatively fulfilling. And I mean, it's a common feeling for like any artist of just like, let me make what I want to make. But I think about that in the context of like, what was the Dirk Warhard thing trying to say? Was it trying to say something, or are there themes in there, or am I thinking about it too much? I mean, the Dirk Warhard analysis piece, I should say, am I thinking about that piece too much, or I don't know. Just it's a very interesting thing.
Why are you alive? You're supposed to be dead. I shot you.
Don't worry, I'm still dead. I blocked your shot with my invincibility shield. I decided to stop being dead. I blocked your shot with my invincibility shield?
Really?
What is this? What's going on?
What's your invincibility shield weak to? Is it immune to knives?
My invincibility shield literally has no weaknesses. If you come at me with a knife, I will end you. This one.
Nah, all invincibility shields have a weakness. That's how they're made.
Well, whatever the weakness is, it's definitely not knives. I might sneeze. Hold on. I did sneeze. Not only did I sneeze, but I sneezed twice. So, good on me for catching that.
You sure? I think that's what you'd say if it was knives.
I just double checked and it's not knives.
You gotta be weak to something.
Hey, what's your name?
Poop.
Your name is Poop.
You said poop. I got you to say poop. You sound stupid.
Is it actually your name? No, you said Poop. Oh, no, you.
You said it again. You sounded even stupider the second time.
What are you, like 9 years old? Aren't you too old for poop jokes?
Nope, I'm 100 years old, and you'll never kill me no matter how hard you try. Try to kill me.
No? Alright, here I come. You're gonna demon die today, child. No?
Dodge your attack.
I'm not
Escape plane.
Are you chasing after me, or is it... What is going on? What is going on? Bodo, do you have anything to say to me, or are we just... Do you want a tea? You don't want a tea. Okay, well... I guess let me go back to start collecting some stuff. While we wait for the child to figure out what she wants. It's time for the final stop. The final of the Wanderstopping. Hello, Black Blue. I hope you have been well. Yes, indeed, it is. It is. Let me go pick these up. I don't think there's usually any of the stuff up here. Is there any up here? Not right now at this time. Which one are these? Pink seeds, blue seeds, and there's green over there. Okay, wait. I might be able to make more tea for Alta. That might be possible. Is that Nana? What the hell? Nana? What are you doing? What? Okay. Have you had any customers yet? Just the child who has not ordered a drink, so is technically not a customer. And here's Nana, I guess. One customer came back. I hope you get to see Gerald. Whoa, Nana, you're back? Ha, you wish. I'm not back. I'm just here for my victory lap. Last time I was here, I crushed you in a thrilling display of vital economic prowess. Now I've returned to witness the wreckage, the remains of devastation I caused. See? Look at it there. Just as much as a dump as it was last time. Pitiful. Honestly, you want my advice? Bulldoze this thing to the ground, get a proper development company in here. What if I don't want your advice? What should we build in place of the shop? It's always a good day when we see Nana. Truly, truly. Condos. Everybody loves condos. Give this little spot of forest some actual personality. I bet we could fit 10, maybe 12 condo complexes in here. Yeah, 12, easy. But no, we don't want sensible and pragmatic ideas, Nana. Your sustainable, forward-thinking vision of the future scares us. We're not ready for it yet. Pathetic. You babies are all the same, except some are worse than others. So are you just here to gloat or what? I've missed you, Nana. It's been brutal without you. Honestly, too. Brutal. Me being away isn't brutal. You know what's brutal? A branding iron to the solar plexus. Brutal. Puh. Missy, you've grown soft while I was away. Without the commanding authority of the market leader in your life, you become complacent. Damn, I told myself I wasn't gonna do this, but it's time to set up shop again. Gotta teach you a little humility. As I recall, last time you sold nothing. I'm looking forward to getting humiliated. As I recall, last time you sold nothing? It's called sandbagging. You ever heard of it? You know about this if you ever studied economics a day in your life. I have not read the book that you gave me. I'm sorry. Nice try, though. It's good to see you're still projecting your failures onto others. Never change. Can I get you a cup of tea? Absolutely not. Alright, cool. Nobody wants any tea. None of them want tea. Childs, you have something to say to me? I will talk to you in like a moment. Hold on. Because now I have the large hybrids back now. Yeah, there are some fruits in which I have not given, I've not given Alta. So I've not missed out on them. Good. I guess each chapter, I didn't even realize it, but each chapter you got like a different thing. So it was just the blue ones. Then we added in maybe the yellow ones. Then the pink ones, and then finally the green ones. And now in this final chapter, they're all together. I see. Childs? Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. There's lots of people. Is that Boro over there? Yeah, it is. I guess I'll talk to you. Child? Wow, she does not pull her punches. She does not. She does not. And that's why we love her.
I want to tell you something.
Alright, go ahead.
I found a lot of dirt, so I'm gonna make a sculpture of me.
Oh, a connoisseur of arts. Just don't make it near the shop. Connoisseur of arts?
What's a connoisseur?
It's someone who appreciates fancy things.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna make a fancy sculpture. It's gonna be a real bad one.
That's fine, as long as you're proud of it. If it's gonna be a bad sculpture, put it where people won't see it. As long as you're proud of it.
Nope, not gonna be proud of it. I'm gonna hate it.
Hey, where are your parents? Are they nearby?
Parents are dumb, so I'm gonna be my own parents
From now on. That's a terrifying thought. Yeah, but where are your actual parents? Yeah, but like, where are they actually? What is it?
I don't know. You're just kind of old or something.
Or something. If you're gonna insult me, get specific. Well, you're old. I believe we were having a conversation about the nature of parenthood. Well, you're old.
Yeah, I'm super old and stupid.
Yes.
I'm the king of old people. Every old person has to do whatever I say.
By the way, are you sure you want me to call you Poop? I can call you Poop if you want.
Monster.
Is that your name?
Yeah, I want to be called Monster.
All right, we have a child in the vicinity who is named Monster. It's nice to meet you, Monster. I preferred Poop. It's nice to meet you, Monster.
No.
No, as in it's not nice to meet you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's pretty terrible to meet you, Monster.
Yeah, I suck. Okay, I gotta go make my sculpture now.
Alright. Goodbye, child. Boro! Boro! Now, she is a cute one. Yeah, she is. She's an interesting one to have as like seemingly one of the last customers. I feel like if anything, we might follow up with some of the previous ones, or I don't know if we're gonna get new ones. She might be the only new one here. Hey, guess what? Nana's back. Ooh, the competition has returned. Time to be updating the Wanderstop business model. Liquidity ratio. Capital structure optimization. Yes, I am fully up to date on my business phrases. How come she's the only person who's returned since the clearing changed? Well, Nana and I share a certain connection. We are both a particular kind of person. Really? We are connected to this place, to the forest. Been here quite a long time, both of us. Really? Not you and the celestial, not celestial being, what did they say their name was? Your moment. You are not ready, but it was your moment all the same. Okay, nice achievement. Harry. Okay, yes, Harry. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So for the two of us, the movement of the forest works a little differently. We are not quite so stuck in it. Why didn't you tell me that you knew her? Are there other people like you? Why didn't you tell me that you knew her? Miss Alta, because you never asked. Because Miss Alta didn't ask. Besides, Boro is knowing many people who come and go here all the time. Or was it Gary? Oh, shoot. It was Gary? Wait, Larry? Terry? Jerry? And then I think the final one was Gary. Wait, no, there were 5, weren't there? Oh, shit. Oh, no. There were 5 of them. Okay, well, I don't remember. I don't remember at this point. Besides, Boro is knowing many people who come and go. Just a sort of leaf on the breeze I am. One amongst many. Anyway, I wish the best of luck to our returning business competitor. Frankly, Boro thinks her shop is so adorable that I am not minding it. But we will see how I feel about that if she really does run out of business. Run us out of business, rather. Child has nothing to say. Nana has something to say now. Is that a Boro plushie or figurine? What's going on here? What is going on? I still have no idea how you can set up so quickly. Come on down, come on down. You know you want it, losers. I got goods, I got products. You've never seen so many goods and products. So get off your ass, get a job, and then come buy stuff at Nana's. What do you want? To buy stuff from you, obviously. To watch you crash and burn. To buy stuff from you. Buy stuff? Missy, didn't you hear me say get a job? And don't give me this nonsense about tea. I'm talking about honest nanobucks producing work. Maybe Boro and Nana had a sort of past together. I thought that Boro might, because there was a, like, unironically, legitimately, there was a book that that Boro gave us. I think it was the All About Gardening book, which I don't have on me. But the All About Gardening book, and I was like, maybe you know this person? Is like, I don't know. This seemed like this was like specially written for Boro, and then Boro took over the shop from somebody else, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if we're gonna get the answers to it, honestly, before the game ends. Look at you, still 0 nanobucks. It's pathetic. Take a look. Here's what you would be able to buy if you had any damn income to your name. Tea shop loser. Some cup. Stars above. I want this. No. Ha! You should see the look on your face right now. Ah, intimidation. The recognition of greatness. These are the kinds of products you can only dream of, and even in your dreams, they be knockoffs. How about if I trade you for one of them, like before? Huh, sorry kid, that was the old me. I'll admit I had a bit of a freewheeling side back then. How do you even get nanobucks? You don't. You don't. We can't. Nobody can. It's not just Alta. Like, it's just a made-up currency. But the new me is hard and calloused. No trades, no deals. I'll never be... Hold up a sec. Are those coffee beans? Oh yeah, we had like an alien come in and then like summon coffee beans. Who the dang heck started growing coffee beans out here? A mystical space being from another dimension. Me. I did it. A mystical space being? Sure. Look, it doesn't matter to me where they came from. All I know is I ain't had a cup of coffee in weeks. So here's what we'll do. You can bring me a coffee, and if it's acceptable, we can discuss a trade. Acceptable being the key word there. What kind of coffee do you want? Now see here, I actually know a damn thing or two about coffee, so I would hope you're writing this down. You're gonna start by brewing 2 coffee beans in hot water. Scalding hot even. I'm reading. I love that they actually get the price on everything then, even though you can't get the currency. Yeah, they all have specific prices. It's so interesting. It's such a strange character. Pour that baby into a cup, let it sit there for a second. Then make a second brew. This time, the water should only be warm. Bring it maybe halfway to boiling, then cut the heat. Drop a wailing fruit and a sweet millium into the warm water for taste. Then, 1 more coffee bean. Now you're gonna pour that second mix on top of the coffee already in the cup. You sure you don't want to give me something a little less complicated? The taste is all in the layers. It's called nuance, and you kids have never heard of it. Alright, that's my order. I've even dumped the recipe down for you, so help me if you screw it up. I'll go give this a shot. Maybe. Alright. I guess we'll take some of these. Cool. Oh ye Book of Answers. Oh, the child has a request as well. Hello.
I drew a picture on your building.
Why? Why did you do that? What is it a picture of?
Entropy.
What did you... Okay. Entropy?
Yeah.
Do you even know what that is?
Duh. I read books before. I'm not an idiot.
Okay, use entropy in a sentence. All kids are idiots. Use it in a sentence.
Fine. I made a drawing, and it's a drawing of entropy.
Good. Glad we cleared that up. No, that doesn't count. Try again.
You're just trying to trick me. You don't know what entropy means.
I do know what entropy means.
Hey, what's the stuff you're making in that big machine inside?
The big glass machine, it makes tea.
What's that?
Tea? You never had tea before? She did get you there. She did indeed. This kid is very, very cunning.
No, I hate it.
No, you hate it, or no, you've never had it before.
I never had it before, and I hate it.
Well, there's nothing I can do to argue with that logic. I'm gonna go get you a tea.
Okay.
What kind of tea do you want? What flavor?
Make it gross. I want it to be super gross.
Sure, gross tea coming up. Oh, ye Book of Answers. I think coffee is the only thing that would make sense. Like, a child would find coffee gross. Boro, you are unfortunately in the way. Okay, thank you. Pluffin, let go of this. Alright. Thank you. Let me go return this to the mail. Alright. Oh, ye Book of Answers. Please tell me. What am I doing? Did Boro just actually pet one of the Pluffins? I didn't even realize he had that animation. That's cool. Put anything you want in this one. It doesn't really matter. And then Nana has a whole paragraph of things that she wants me to do. Okay, cool. Put anything that I want. Well, in that case, I'm gonna make something for Alta to drink as well. Where is the clearing? Stash this. Stash this. Where do I make tea here? The clearing changes each and every time, so I don't know. I don't know where anything is. I don't understand. All right, here's where I fill up the water stuff. But I don't see any sort of clearing in sight. So that does not bode well. That doesn't bode well. Oh, there it is. Ah, and there's a second one over there as well. Okay, that's good. That's good. They're all in this general area. Good to know. All right. Let me bring this up. See what I have not had yet. Blue surrounded by pink. Yeah, blue surrounded by pink. I have not had that yet. There's also another lost parcel here. Gosh, I should drop this. Hold on. Drop this here. I assume... Oh, where'd it go? Did I pick it up? Did I pick it up? Or maybe I stashed it. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, I stashed it. I was like, where did it go? I don't understand. Oh gosh, and there's something here. Yar, it's me, Gerald the Knight. Gerald, hi. Hi. Who am I writing to exactly? I'm just responding to the package you mailed me. Thank you so much for that, by the way. The package was empty, but it was addressed to me, and that made me feel really loved. Plus, I gave the package to a little face and a name and carried it around with me for 3 days. So I thought I'd send you a thank you letter. It's weird I don't know who this letter is getting mailed to, but you know, life is sort of like a letter you write without knowing who's gonna read it or how exactly the mail system works around here, and you don't really know exactly what the message you're trying to communicate with this letter, so you just keep putting one word in front of the other and hoping that eventually a thoughtful sort of message will emerge if you keep going, and then just like that, bam, it never happens. Amazing. I almost thought a ninja Pluffin stole it from your hands. I thought so as well. I was like, where'd it go? I don't understand. It would be insane if the Pluffins could take things out of my hands. It's like, wait, what? No, no. Oh, hey, I'm gonna send you a photo of my son Timothy. He's the best. You'd love him. This is actually a photo of the day he was born. Can you believe it? Gosh, I can't wait until I see him again. Nothing like being alone in the forest makes you wish you were a kid at home, as they say. I tell you, the last few days out here have been a whole experience. I love to share everything that's happened to me, but there's no way I have enough room on this piece of paper. I'll tell you the story another time, okay? Sounds like a plan. Remember to stay safe out there and don't do anything I wouldn't. How does that work? Aw. Aw. Let me put this somewhere. Here, I guess. Aw. Well, there we go. There we go. It all comes full circle, I guess. Oh, the kid drew this on the ground. Okay, amazing. Good for you, kid. Wait, if he's still in the forest, how is he even getting mail? Don't question it. More importantly, is he not gone back home? How did he get rid of the curse? Or, like, he's still adventuring after everything? He's still, like, you could go back home. You could take a little rest if you want. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But anyway. Okay. Yes. Blue surrounded by pink. 1, 2, and then finally 3. Water this. Ooh, I have not seen this before. Interesting. Alright, stash this. A puff pod. Plants. Interesting. Alright, well, I think I'm all set to go ahead and make the tea. Up here, fill this. We're gonna have to fill it all the way because both the child and I are going to have this one. Okay. All right. Toss. I guess I actually don't have to use a T-ball in this one. Well, I'll save it then. Save it for a rainy day. Alta. Right here, and then pour this out. Alright, let's sit down with this and see what interesting memory Alta has.
I'm drinking this tea, and these feelings are rushing into my mind. Feelings of, like, it's as though I've won a tournament. And rather than immediately going back to training like I usually do, all I want right now is to relax and celebrate a success. Just do nothing. Go back home, take it easy, do nothing. I've never wanted that before. Huh. Weird. So, like, what's the value of living that way? I mean, what do you get out of it? How do you know when it's enough? Because there's no indicator. I don't understand it. I don't see what it's worth.
I was gonna say in the middle of that, it's like, it seems like we're healing, and then by the end of it, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we're starting to get there. Who knows? It seems like Alta still has a little bit of a ways to go. Alright, let's bring this one to the child. Okay. I can't put a cup full of liquid into my pocket. Sure you can, Alta. What are you talking about? Sure you can. Boro. Apparently the kid is drawing weird pictures on the floor of the shop now. Is that okay? Boro feels this is a moment for Miss Alta to make an authoritative decision. What do you say? Is drawings on the floor of the shop permitted? Yes. No. No. You know what? Sure. So it is decided. I can't canonically imagine Alta ever saying yes to this. I can't imagine it. So it is decided. A stunning triumph of managerial decision-making from shop director Alta. Since when have I been the shop director? Drawings from wall to wall. It is now being the dawn of a new era for Wanderstop. Yay, yippee. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Do not do that. Don't do that ever again. I love you, Pluffin, but don't do that. That was actually kind of scary. I didn't even realize. They're not tall enough to reach anything on the table. What the hell? Anyway. Where's the child? There you are. Child. Here you go, gross tea.
What is it? Just a cup with liquid?
That's what tea is. It's just flavored water.
This sucks. Tea sucks.
No, it doesn't. Just try it. Yes, tea sucks. Just try it.
Can I get a different one?
I worked hard making this one for you. Just drink it.
Nah, I gotta go do stuff. Bye.
So it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter. All right. Well, in that case, maybe the penguins can have this. It doesn't really matter. Let me go over here. Hello, this is Maybelline Aker. I recently received a package mailed to me from this address. The package contained my old pins and pincushions. While I appreciate that you were attempting to return my pincushion to me, I got rid of it specifically because sewing is ruining my life. Oh, well, my bad. From the minute I learned how to sew, I was unable to stop. From morning until midnight, nothing but sewing. I abandoned my friends and family. I tore my life to the ground to do nothing but sew and sew and sew. I've never known anything so viciously, violently addictive in my entire life. It will ruin me. Take it back. Take it and never send it to me again. I've not the strength of heart to bear such an implement of unmitigated chaos. No. Thank you for the clip. All right, well, now I have a trinket. Do you want this trinket? You can have this trinket if you want. Here, I'll drop this for you. Howdy, book lover. Oh, no, not Dirk Warhard. No. Howdy, book lovers. It's the Book by Mail Club again. Wowee, that analysis of the Dirk Warhard franchise was a real bummer, wasn't it? I didn't know all of that, and frankly, I didn't need to. Tell you what, let's ignore all of that dreary nonsense and just enjoy a good old-fashioned Dirk Warhard novel. This one is called Bullets Forever, and I can't wait to find out who Dirk Warhard kills this time. Yours in literature, Book by Mail Club. Amazing. Actually amazing. Well, should I go read this now? Boro, you have more to say to me. Hello, miss. Boro is having yet another one of his silly ideas. Hell yeah, more Dirk Warhard. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yay. I'm feeling like the pots inside our shop are looking a little bit barren. So I thought to ask you if you care to fill them up with some plants. I am certain you would find some lovely plant arrangements that would suit our aesthetic perfectly. But aren't we leaving soon? I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like a lot of the tasks that Boro gives me to do. So I try and reject them if possible, except the one with the pluffins, because the pluffins are great. What's the point of decorating all over again? The point would be having beautiful plants nearby is a lovely thing. Perhaps not for much longer, it is true. But Boro, you're not leaving. I'm leaving, but you're not leaving, right? But that is being just fine in Boro's opinion. It is your decision. I will leave it up to you whether you decorate the shop pots. No, I still don't want to do it. Fair enough. I cannot be making you do anything that you do not wish. Take care as always, Miss Alta. Okay, cool. What should I do now? What should I do now? Should I read this novel? I guess I'll read this. They go in here. All right. Bullets Forever, a Dirk Warhard novel. Which one is this in the trilogy? Hold on. I want to look at the history and critical theory of the Dirk Warhard novels again, because there's a bunch of stuff in here that tells me a little bit about how these all worked. Okay. Brett Yates. Okay. This criticize Strays of Bullets. Yet there is no change. Oh. This is a recurring theme in subsequent books, such as Face Full of Bullets and Bullets Forever, wherein villains become focused much less on personal gain and more on simply trying to change Warhard. Interesting. Do you not get the Warhard books in order? I think we do, in like a relative order. I don't know. Some of those books are gone. I put them on the floor and then I lost them. But I think we do get them in like relative order, so to speak. But there's also a lot of Dirk Warhard novels, as we read in this book about the history of Dirk Warhard novels. So, let me stash this. I didn't mean to do that. No. Get this up, and I'm gonna take a sip of water, and then I'm gonna start reading this. All right. It had happened. There's my alarm. Okay, never mind. It had happened. The unthinkable had happened. Dirk Warhard was dead. How had such a tragedy come to pass? It all began exactly 2 weeks prior. Dirk Warhard had just successfully concluded a top-secret mission to eliminate the world's #1 terrorist, Richard McElevator. Technically, every mission Dirk Warhard engaged in was top secret, yet Dirk Warhard was also the single most popular and beloved individual on Earth. With all of his exploits cataloged extensively in the Quarterly Review magazine. The Quarterly Review magazine, Warhard Weekly, also included supplementary materials such as famous model foldouts of Dirk Warhard and reader quizzes like where would Dirk Warhard punch you to kill you instantly. Readers of the latest Warhard Weekly would learn of how Dirk Warhard had defeated the world's #1 terrorist, Richard McElevator, in a thrilling high-speed boat fight. The fight didn't actually take place on a boat. More so, it featured Dirk Warhard literally lifting a boat out of the water and smashing Richard McElevator to death with it. Dirk Warhard had never killed a criminal with a boat before, and the sheer thrill of it blew his mind. I'm starting to think a lot about the character of Dirk Warhard. In fact, days later, he was still riding a breathtaking high. Yet, by the weekend, his adrenaline had cooled off, and the reality began to sink in that it was an experience he'd never again get to relive. After all, Richard McElevator had been the world's #1 terrorist. The next best thing Dirk Warhard could accomplish at this point would be to crush the world's #2 terrorist with a boat, and that just didn't light any sort of fire in the soul. Yes, Pluffin, I see you. I'm reading right now. I can't talk to you. For days, he languished in a cruel depression, tortured by the joys of a life he'd never get to relive. And at last, after 2 full weeks of despair, Dirk Warhard arrived at an ingenious realization. If he were to die, then he would be able to travel to the afterlife, where he would once again defeat the world's #1 terrorist, Richard McElevator, in a high-speed afterlife boat battle. How is he going to actually? How is he gonna undie? What's gonna happen here? Thus, Dirk Warhard set out on a high-stakes, life-threatening mission to die. This effort proved more difficult than expected. He had spent decades training his skin to be resistant to bullets and building up spiritual karma to resist the magic of voodoo effigies? Sure. He drank poison every morning, guzzled poison as he was going to bed, popped poison pills periodically during missions. A doctor once said that his body was more poison than water, and that made Dirk Warhard so happy that he shot the doctor right in the kidneys. Amazing. It's Dirk Warhard, don't question it. Of course, why would I? In the end, he decided to think himself to death. Dirk Warhard made it a point of pride to never think too hard about anything, and so it was perhaps the only way which he was truly vulnerable. He began by attempting to spell long and complicated words, yet discovered that he was a natural genius at spelling. Really? That's unexpected. Then he decided to invent entirely new, much more complex words to spell, and found that he was a master at that too. And finally, he decided to invent and spell the single longest word imaginable, and that's what finally got him. The word so long that it took him 2 weeks to spell it out, after which time his brain finally gave out and died due to sheer hatred of letters. The last thing he yelled before blackness consumed him was, "Hell had better rule." When Dirk Warhard came to, he was lying in an old wooden ferry, floating down a gray river surrounded on all sides by heavy brown mist. The stench of death hung in the air. Standing next to Dirk Warhard and the ferry was an ancient-looking boatman, a frail and bony figure covered from head to toe in tattered black cloth. The boatman propelled the ferry forward with a spindly wooden oar, and groaned as he roared. After some time, the boatman looked down at Dirk Warhard. It's kind of like Hades, actually. It's what we saw there. Oh snap! Are you Dirk Warhard? The boatman began to tremble with excitement. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm such a big fan. You're a freaking legend around here. A lot of people I ferry were killed by you. Yeah, I can imagine, honestly. Give me 1 second here. Okay. And indeed, as Dirk Warhard looked around the underworld, he could see it was packed with perished souls, many of whom he had killed either intentionally, unintentionally, or both. He recognized many of the evildoers he put away, villains whom Dirk Warhard felt a moral responsibility to eliminate because they had wished harm on the everyday common man. But he had killed a lot of the everyday common man, too. Janitors, doctors, improv comedians. Dirk Warhard pursued his passion for violence with eyes unclouded by discrimination or class distinction. And in this sense, he was the most moral human to ever live. Sure, He recognized the souls of many political envoys and ambassadors who he'd murdered, peaceful people whom he'd specifically been assigned to protect. A small voice in the back of his head wondered why he kept getting assigned to protect peaceful politician envoys, but he easily crushed the doubts with his unstoppable mind. Another victory for freedom of thought. Amazing, Dirk Warhard. Dirk Warhard took some photos with the boatman and signed a copy of Warhard Weekly. 1 second. There's like a crackling sound. And I'm going to assume that's not being picked up on stream. However, I know that I can hear it. And I think I know why. It's just so strange that it's happening right now. Okay. Oh, it's still there. I don't think I hear anything strange. Okay, that's good. It's not being picked up by the stream. I didn't think that it was, but there's like a little crackling sound. It's probably something with my equipment then. Probably my my headphones. As it goes sometimes. As it goes. Let me try and put this over here. Alright, continuing. And the two of them proceeded down the river. As they went, still more recognizable faces of people he'd eliminated passed by. Many of the handlers who'd been assigned to him on missions, lovers of all shapes and sizes, cashiers who'd accidentally given him too much change back, driving instructors administering his driver's license exams. Dirk Warhard had tried to get his driver's license many times over the years, but his driving was so precise and so extreme that every riding instructor who'd ever ridden in a car with him had spontaneously exploded from the thrill of it. Yep, sure. Do you still hear it now? Yeah, I still hear it, but it's fine. I can always just ignore it as long as it's not coming in through the stream. His lack of a proper driver's license continued to be a point of friction between him and his agency. And at last, what do you mean him and his agency? Like he just has an agency of heroes, and you just deploy one of the heroes as needed? Like, what are you talking about? His publicity agency? And at last, they passed by the face Dirk Warhard had been searching for all along. Richard McElevator, the world's #1 terrorist. Look at him standing over there, so smug and secure, thinking he'd been safe just because he's dead. Dirk Warhard boiled over with rage. He leapt from the ferry. Then, in midair, he grabbed the ferry out of the water and smashed it down upon Richard McElevator's head. The ferry splintered into 1,000 pieces. And Richard McElevator, the world's #1 terrorist, was eradicated completely from all planes of existence. Dang. Dang. That sucks for you, my guy. The boatman, who'd been thrown from the ferry when it happened, began hooting and hollering and pumping his fist. Yes, bro, yes, just like that. That's how we do it in this house. And for his part, Dirk Warhard felt the same rush of pure bliss he'd felt during his previous boat kill, the same joy filling his soul completely from within, and he knew that the adventure had been worth it, until a figure of pure light emerged from the heavy mist. This being was impossible to describe. It felt to Dirk Warhard like a figure from a dream he'd forgotten from long ago. The being was impossible to directly perceive. Was it the celestial being? When Dirk Warhard tried to look at it, he felt only a sense of balance and equanimity. From the center of this being flowed the essence of all things, of light and dark, of the beginning of time and the end of creation. This being both existed and did not exist. And when it spoke without speaking. Dirk Warhard, said the being of light, you have come to the land of the perished, and you have destroyed a soul. You have eradicated life, not just from the mortal plane, but from all of existence. The being floated in all directions, simultaneously, illuminating the landscape. All things are bound by eternity. Even in this place, life is merely exchanged in a continuous transfer of energy. It is this perpetual movement of life, its ebb and flow, which gives rise to consciousness. Your own consciousness depends on this life energy. To destroy it is to threaten existence itself. So nobody else has thought to like kill anybody else down here, like in the afterlife until Dirk Warhard. But okay. At this point, Dirk Warhard is basically just Doom Guy. yeah, that's actually pretty accurate. Now the being of light coalesced. Yes, there we go. I got there eventually. Coalesced into a single form and stood before Dirk Warhard. Come, Dirk Warhard, I extend to you my friendship and my knowledge. Your power is so immense, I ask you to employ it in pursuit of true compassion toward others. There is no answer so great as that which stems from a place of genuine love. I wish this for you. Let us walk together, and I will show you the balanced nature of eternity. I will grant you insight into our compassion, which binds our... But the being of light was cut short because Dirk Warhard had punched it directly in the groin. I thought that Dirk Warhard might shoot it, but I was like, did you bring your gun with you to the afterlife? Who knows? This was a shock to a being, because it didn't even know that it had a groin. How is this possible? It said, I am the infinite. I have no body parts. I am not... Dirk Warhard punched it again, square in the nuts. The being of light doubled over in the most extreme pain it had ever felt. How? It's not possible. Now Dirk Warhard throat chopped the being of light. It gasped and sputtered for air. I don't breathe. How? Dirk Warhard clambered up onto the being's shoulders, put an arm around its neck in a headlock, and slowly twisted. Send me back to the world of the living, he screamed. Send me back or I twist until you snap like a twig. He applied even more pressure. Please, no, gasped the being of light. Please, I'll do anything. Just let me go. The being of light pulsed with a golden glow, and Dirk Warhard felt his body begin to rise. He let go and ascended upward, and out of the heavy brown mist, back toward the land of the living. The last things he heard were a being of light breathing in huge heaving gasps, and a bony boatman yelling, "Are you freaking kidding me, bro? Yeah!" When Dirk Warhard returned to his body, he discovered that the adventure had given him a new perspective on life. Going against his general distaste for thinking, he reflected on the fragility of human existence and how easily a life is taken. Wow, I think I learned something today. I truly did. He felt a weight in his chest that he thought when he thought about all of those perished souls who never breathe fresh air. I can't believe it was really that easy. Who never walk in the grass nor spend cherished time with the ones they love. And so, with this new outlook on mortality, Dirk Warhard decided that he would live forever. After all, he'd already been to the afterlife once again, and to be honest, it kind of sucked, so he'd rather not go back again. This was a huge relief to decide, because it solved a lot of problems, and he felt a weight in his chest completely lift. With another successful mission behind him, he sat down to begin describing his new perspective on life and mortality for his column in Warhard Weekly. He was also the editor-in-chief of Warhard Weekly, so he'd have to be all night editing and revising his own writing, not to mention inventing a whole new host of complex words. But that was just the way he liked it. He grinned. Goddamn, it's good to be alive. Just another typical day for Dirk Warhard. Amazing. I hate these books. I hate them. Let me go put this here. Amazing. Oh, I guess the Pluffin... Oh no, the book is still here. But one Pluffin must have came in here and taken a book, because it's missing. Nothing is impossible for the warheart. Truly, that's the moral of the story. All right. I'm sure there's stuff for me to do. The child has nothing to say. Boro has nothing to say. It's just Nana, honestly. Okay, good to know. Let me go ahead and I'll put this to wash, and then OE Book of Answers. There we go. OE Book of Answers. Please tell me. What do I need to do? Let's see. Heat water to boiling. Huh. This is a lot. This is a lot. Hold on, let me take a sip of water here. All right. Okay. Back to the cozy vibes. Heat water to boiling. Put 2 washed coffee beans into it, then pour any amount of it into a cup. Okay. Let's start there. 2 coffee beans. 1. And then 2. All right, cool. We go over here. It's interesting the progression of the music as time has gone on, essentially. Where is this? Here. All right. All right, kick this. I'm gonna put these to wash real quick. Where are they? Here they are. One. And then, where's the other one? No! No! These are all the books. Where's the other one? It also put down the dirty one. This one keeps glitching for whatever reason. Oh. I think I know why. I didn't mean to sit down with this. No! 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 Can I drop this? Usually I just put the dirty cups in here and it brings it around anyway, but I think I have to bring it here in order for the coffee beans to be washed. Alright, cool. I guess while that's going on, what else do I have to do? Next, pour some fresh water and heat it only a little so that the heat bar is anywhere between 0 and 100. I don't... okay? Heat it only a little bit. Move this to the infuser and toss in a wailing fruit. Okay. A sweet medium and a washed coffee bean. So I'm gonna need a 3rd coffee bean there. And then pour any amount of that directly into another cup. Okay. This is the final boss of the game. It's just the most complicated menu thing to ever have existed. Let me put this over here. I guess let me get a third one. Hi, I see you. I see you. Let me have this, drop this over here. All right. Drop this. Drop this. Let's go upstairs and add them into this thing here. Okay. Kick this. And then, how specifically am I? How specific does this have to be? Pour any amount of it into the cup. Okay. All right, that's complete. The next thing that I need is gonna be a fresh water and heat it up only a little. Move this into the future. Need a wailing fruit and a sweet millium. And of course the washed coffee bean, which should be washed by now. Yes, it is. Okay, we'll take this. And let me go back out into the clearing so I can figure this one out. Where is it? Where is it? This side over here. Okay, cool. Wailing. That's green surrounded by pink. That's also not something that I've ever had before. And then green surrounded by something else. Okay. Wait, one more time. Wailing fruit? Yeah. Yellow surrounded by pink. Okay, cool. I can do that. I can't do that. There's not a lot. Okay. Okay. Let me go ahead. Get the clippers up. Time to start looking for extra seeds here. Get this. Get this. Does that mean that I have enough now? I'm looking for pink specifically. I do not have enough. Okay, cool. Okay, neat, awesome. Let's keep cutting until I get any amount of pink seeds eventually. Brambles over here. But for me, I'd pretty much say that I am better. I am just very, very tired today. I am very tired today, so it is very much just kind of like a low energy, low key stream. Some brambles over here. Ah, there we go. There we go. Alright, cool. Well, let's go back to the clearing with this. Good to know that you're feeling better, though. Yeah. It's good to finally be better. Because it has been a string of one thing after the next. And I feel like I haven't really been able to catch my breath for a little bit. So, where is it? Okay, here. Surrounded by pink, which is 1 and 2 and 3 this here. Okay, 1 and 2. All right, we did this at least. Cool. Let me look for the other thing. Where is that? Oh, okay, it's these ones. Oh, this is actually what Boro gave me at the very beginning of this chapter. Okay, I see. That's... So what would that be? It's whatever the second one is. It's gonna be... It's gonna be green surrounded by pink, I believe. Okay. How many do I have? I have no pink. No pink seeds. Okay, let's go look for that. Okay. That takes care of that. It's interesting. It's like this whole time I've I've kind of been like, where's Gerald? I hope we get to see Gerald again and stuff like that. And then we got like an update on Gerald, and I have more questions than I have any sorts of like real answers, and so I think I'm kind of, I don't know if I would say I'm disappointed by it, but just like, it is very much more like, oh well, I guess that's it. I guess that's it. So I think a lot about the idea that no, Alta, get up. Get up. The idea that like you are telling a story, therefore you have to do certain things, which is that it feels nicer when everyone has this like big complete story arc, even because that's how stories go and that's how it is. So I don't know. I'm not sure how I really feel about it. I guess they really want to leave it open-ended for all the characters. Yeah, I guess. Which is... I mean, it's not so much open-ended... this is broken. It's not so much open-ended in the sense of, like... In the sense of, we know that Gerald somehow is cured from the curse that was put on him, but it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess he's just going back to adventuring. And he hasn't seen Timothy, or I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. So it's more like static characters that help Alta in her journey, but as a result of that, it feels like Alta is the only real character. And to be fair, it's not like characters have to change. That's the thing. There are some characters that are just completely static, and it's kind of just like, that's the way I am. But I'm not sure. This is a trinket? Yeah, it's a trinket. I don't know if I'm gonna find what I want without planting a small hybrid, which sucks. Alright, I guess I'll do that. It's also the sense that from Alta's point of view, only her own story matters. She may not get to see the end of everyone else's story. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a good point of, that's a good point, I guess. Where it's not really, this isn't really like a novel per se, where you can explore different perspectives and therefore get the story arc that you all, that is more satisfying. It really is just kind of about Alta. Let me go ahead and try and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make any, because it's not, I guess I'm gonna have to build stuff around it, like around these ones. I can do that, I guess. Let's use this because we have the most of this. 1 and 2, and then water it. One. Do I water it again? Doesn't need any more water. We got 2. Interesting. We got 2 from that. I think we need a little bit more than that. Let's try it again. 1, 2, and then watering can. 1, 2. All right, cool. All right, that's better. Let me go over and make this now. Remind me again, oh ye, field guide. What am I supposed to be doing? It's green surrounded by pink. Okay. Green surrounded by pink. All right, to get the watering can up, I have to get some more water in this because we're out. Okay, and water this. 1 and 2, and I think that's it. All right, cool. Oh gosh. All right, Nana, I hope you really enjoy this. I hope you really enjoy this tea that I'm making for you, because this is the most complicated thing that I've ever made for any customer here. All right, so the idea is that I actually, oh ye Book of Answers, hold on. Pour in some fresh water and heat it only a little. What does this mean? I don't know. Heat it only a little. I don't know what happens when you get a bad... if you get, like, if you can possibly get a bad end in this, if you give, like, a customer, like, a wrong drink. Oh, I see what they mean. So just heat it, like, a little. 1, 2... Cool. It's been heated. Bring this over here. And then... Where's the other things that I'm looking for? Throw in a wailing throat, and a sweet millium, and then a coffee bean as well. Bring this down. Pour any amount. pour any amount over it. All right. Your drink is served. Where are you? You're still out there. Here's your coffee. Interesting. I think this is the first time we're actually seeing her, her drinking animation here. That was very complicated. Well, hot dang. Missy, you made a cup of coffee. Is it the finest cup of coffee I've ever had? Not a chance. But it'll do. Ha, it'll do. Look at that. You got me all drippy and sentimental. Alright, fine. You upheld your end of things. You get to take one item with you. Yay! Hey, that was our cup. It's fine, because we're gonna get a Boro plushie. There, business settled. Now get out of my hair. Alright, that's it, I guess. That's it. I want to put this in a place where the Pluffins will not be able to get it. Because they have the ability to reach anything, apparently. Is here fine? I guess here is good. They shouldn't be able to... They might be able to reach that. Hold on. Let's take this. Can I put it, like, right... I guess I have to put it up here, maybe. I'll put this right here. Alright, cool. Alright, with all that said, I think... Let's... Does anyone have anything for me to do? No? There's like a little sign. And I don't know what that is. Is it just saying I need to... What is it saying? I need to cut something? Yeah. Something over here. Oh, that my cutters are here. Oh, I must have dropped them. I didn't even realize. Okay, cool. My clippers were actually out here. Let's stash this. I'm gonna make a drink for Alta. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think the game said as well that I don't actually have to add any hot water for Alta's stuff, but just in case, because I can't remember. Just in case, I am going to make sure that that I do add some hot water. I know I don't have to add any T-balls, which I have not done. I believe I haven't had any. No, I had Sweet Millium. That's what I had at the beginning of the chapter. I haven't had Wailing, so I guess here we go. Kick this. Let's get some sort of cup for me. Alright, cool. Okay. Drink is served. Let's sit down with Alta and have another depressing memory. Yippee.
Does this taste like leather? I guess I don't know what leather tastes like. You know, leatherworking was the one single thing my dad was good at. He'd always make people gifts on their birthday. Things like shoes or a handbag or whatever. But it was always a hobby for him. He refused to do it professionally, you know, to take it seriously. And killed me. Because, come on. This is something you're good at. Or you could be good at, really good. So it was such a waste in my mind. I told him that. Told him it was a waste. And I remember, God, the look he gave me when I said that, of like it said the most demeaning thing to him. I'd never seen him get mad like that before. I wish he'd been like that more often. Mad.
And yay, back to the happy music. Well, Alta, I'm so glad that we had this. I'm so glad that we learned a little bit more about you. Yippee. It's very depressing, but what else is new? I will say it's very much, I have some family members, I think, like that as well, where it's like, you're good at this, so why don't you do this professionally? Like, you could make money off of this, and like everything has to be about money instead of like the enjoyment of it. And that's such a awful way to live. Obviously, if you like what you do and you want to do that professionally, then you go for it. But it's another thing if you're like, I like doing this as a hobby, and I don't want to make this my profession, because I don't want to take the life from it, or whatever have you, whatever circumstances. So I don't know. Why do I keep missing the Sag? I came in Sag Courie noises again. Yes indeed. Hello Chu, I hope you've been well. Oh hey, that's my entire skill set. Oh hey. We are just here playing some more Wanderstop, probably finishing the game today. So Nana, hey, you there, come here. Hello customer of Wanderstop, how may I help you today? What's up, Nana? Look, over there. The kid is chasing the birds. The child, the one behaving like a little gremlin. Where's its parents? Amazing. I honestly don't know. I asked, but she wouldn't tell me. Kid's off a leash, running around, causing havoc. Don't like it, huh? That's it. That's all I had to say. Now get out of here. Bye, Nana. Wait, don't leave. Okay. Yes? Coffee. I need another coffee. The old girl's running dry here. Please don't give me another complicated menu order. Will you give me another item from your shop if I do? I don't like what you have here. I mean, I guess these are photos, but, another item. Come on, don't tell me you're just barging right into negotiations like that. Hasn't anyone ever taught you to haggle? This is basic stuff, kid. In fact, here it is. Professor Currency's Guide to Economics, Volume 6. Covers haggling front to back. I'm not gonna read it. Study up and then do me a favor and don't waste my time from now on. Oh, and bring me that coffee. You bring me a coffee and we'll assess the trading another item situation. Boring coffee versus overcomplicated coffee. Boring coffee for sure. Overcomplicated coffee is so bad. No, never again. Maybe, possibly. I promise nothing. The last coffee you bring me was a little weak. Let's kick this one up a notch. You're gonna make me a batch with 3 beans this time and pour it into a cup. Then make me a second batch with warm water with whaling, one more coffee bean, and actually get the Melium out of there. I hate vanilla. Got no idea what I was thinking. Just put in some cinnamon in there instead, you hear? Needs a bit of kick. Then pour that baby on top of the 3 bean coffee. You got all that? Sheesh, I had to make the dang thing myself. You're lucky I'm so busy tending this stall. Well, stop talking to me and get the heck to it. Only if the overcomplicated coffee is actually better. Only if. Cinnamon. Cinnamon? We have cinnamon? Oh, ye Book of Answers. What is she talking about? Heat water to a boiling, put 3 washed coffee beans into it, any amounts of it into a cup. Next, pour some fresh water and heat it only a little so that the heat bar is anywhere between 0 and 1. Move the infuser, add a pale melon and a wailing fruit, and a washed coffee bean. Okay, so I'm gonna need, oh gosh, okay. I'm gonna need 4 coffee beans. Let's start there. 4 of them. A photo. Oh, it's just one of the photos of all time. I'll stash this for right now. Will she be able to tell washed versus unwashed coffee? I assume so, so I'm not gonna play around with it. I assume they all have like a you gave me the wrong order option, and then you gave me the correct order. When I go home, will I be able to take my sword with me? I hope so. I really do. I was actually hoping you would have some dialogue for Ren's mask. Do you? No, you don't. You don't. It's just kind of decoration. Alright, cool. Let me go ahead and look for 4 coffee beans. One. Alright. 1. Let me stash this because I can. Penguins, pluffins. I don't see any more. That does not bode well. Where are they? They're relatively easy to find, so... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, this is gonna be the next little while, I can tell. Kind of weird that they put the mask there, but it's never spoken about. Yeah. Like a decoration piece. I wish she had a little bit of something to say. Kind of like her sword is always there. You could always say a little bit something about the sword. You could always say a little bit something about Ren's mask. Because I think Ren was a very interesting character. Okay, 2. Nana, you wouldn't happen to see where the coffee beans are? 3. Alright, awesome. And... 4. Awesome. Cool. Let me go ahead and wash these and then get started on the other things that I need for this. Oh, I guess let me go ahead and put this somewhere because I can. Do we have any open spaces? There's one here. What's going on in that one? Is that Boro like sitting down? A young Boro sitting down, maybe? That might be it. I don't know if that's like concept art or like past memories or what. What is that? We've gotten like another one like that before. It's like, what is that supposed to be? Is it supposed to mean anything? I wonder. Out of all the characters you've met so far, he felt the most personal to Alta's story. Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting, like, the idea that not everyone has to be a good person. It's like, he was the embodiment of that. It's like, he was a great character. He's not a great person, but he's still a great character. Is he the one that idolized Boro? My memory says yes, but my heart is in doubt. No. The one that idolized Boro... I can't remember. There's been a lot of characters. But that was not him. There's the one that idolized Alta. So, Alright, let me try and look for the other ones. It's gonna be a wailing fruit and a pell melon. Let me check what I have. I don't have any of those, so I'm gonna have to go make them. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'll pull this up. Wailing fruit is yellow surrounded by pink. Good to know. Yellow surrounded by pink. Okay. That's wrong. There we go. 1 and 2 and 3. You get the watering can. Water this. 1. And that's fine. Yeah, he was the warrior. Yeah, exactly. The warrior type that looked up to Alta a lot. And was really mean to Boro, to be honest. It was like, oh, okay. And what's the other one? Hellmelon is pink surrounded by yellow. Gotcha. Hi, buddy. You're just staring at me? It's gonna be... I don't have any more. I don't have any more of that. No! Hopefully these are okay for me to just water now. Was that enough? It's seemingly not enough. Ah. Is this enough? That's enough. That's fine. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and look at this again. Pink surrounded by yellow. Gotcha. So pink surrounded by, pressing all the wrong buttons, yellow. 1 and 2 and 3. Get the watering can. Add some more water to it. Did I add more water to it? I think I just poured out more water. Oops. Alright. And water this. 2 and 3. Cool. 1, 2. Alright, let's go get the not tea. I was gonna say tea beans. No, the coffee beans. And so let's actually try and make this drink. 1. I mean, sure, I need a cup. So, I put this down here. 2, 3, and 4. Tea beans. Let me go ahead and put this down here. I can drop this here. Alright. Oh, ye book of answers. I forget everything you say. Put 3. Okay, 3 and then put it into a cup. Alright. I can do that. Let's go ahead and... I didn't mean to do that. Let's stash this. Okay, heat this up. kick this. I'm gonna add 3 into here, which means this one, 1, 2, and 3. Back over here, kick this. I feel like I become a a master at this whole tea making process by the end of it. I guess coffee making process in this instance. But it's like, it feels kind of intuitive now. Whereas before I was like, why would you ever make the tea process so complicated? The tea making process is honestly kind of the best part of it. It's just not the farming stuff, at least for me. Okay, that's done. Now, back to the Book of Answers. Pour some fresh water, heat it only a little, and then add in all that other stuff. Okay. So the same thing as before. I can do that. All right. All right, that's done. Needs a coffee bean. Needs a whaling. Needs a pell melon. Throw that in there. Got this here. And pour this in here. Alright, Nana, I hope you enjoy whatever the hell this is. Where are you? Oh, you're over here. I should sit down with this drink. Hello? Let me talk to her. I should sit down with this drink. I should sit... I'm upset. I'm upset. What do you mean? There we go. Here you go. Ooh. Okay. I was very, very upset by that. Okay. Ah, there goes the cup again. Ow. Yep, you did it. To your credit, I'll say this. You brought me 2 cups of coffee now. Aw, that's so sweet of you to say. Can't you even attempt a compliment? That's so sweet of you to say. No, it isn't. It's the cold, objective truth. Still, you did bring me a second coffee. Fine, take something else off my hands, but only one. Retro cup for all the cups you keep breaking. Or this illustration, or this illustration. This one is cool. The kid over there, the one whose parents are a mystery? What's her deal? What's she doing around here? No idea. She's just been running around, drawing on the walls, asking me questions. She calls herself Monster, but I don't know if that's her real name. Now listen to me. Kid like that, running around unsupervised, it's no good. Kids don't just automatically become healthy, well-rounded people like me. It takes work. Wow, you're showing like a kind side to you. They need coaching. They need direction. You hear what I'm saying? What have you done for the kid, eh? What kind of direction are you giving her? I'm giving her tea? I'm proudly letting her draw on the walls. I'm not really doing anything. I'm proudly letting her draw on the walls. That's your idea of proper role modeling? I don't know. Listen up here. You're gonna ruin that kid with your hippie delusions. Gonna run her right into the ground. Forget about this ad hoc art class you're letting her host. Try giving her an inkling of direction. You think a kid like that figures it out all on her own? Hell no. Excuse me, but I'm not her mom. Maybe you should look after her. I'm surprised you care this much about Monster. Maybe you should look after her? Ha, good deflection. Almost made me forget that I'm contributing something to society. Amazing. I've got services to provide. Meanwhile, you're stumbling about and spilling tea down your socks. Besides, you're the only person here that this kid will properly listen to. That's the truth. So don't screw her up with your nonsense. Alright, now get out of here. Your Nana Buckless vibes are wrecking my intended atmosphere. Bye, Nana. Bye. Alright, let me go put this up. And then I guess I'll talk to the child. I think I'm genuinely running out of space to put stuff. Which is interesting. There's one over here. Okay. Cool. DJ Ghost. Nice. Awesome. Alright, child.
Hey, I got a question. If I find a thing and nobody else is using it, it means it's mine, right? Do I get to keep it?
What exactly did you find?
Come here, I'll show you.
Okay. Oh, are you gonna show me my sword? Or is it... Because I was like, if you find, like, one of the trinkets on the ground, I mean, have at it. It's a brawl between you and the Pluffins. I mean, sure. But I'm gonna assume it's my sword that you found. There's a little Boro! I know, we got that from Nana earlier. A little, Boro plushie. Yeah, my sword. I didn't mean to pick that up. Shoot. I'm gonna plant this.
Look, it's a cool sword. I found it, so I get to keep it, right?
Well, that's actually my sword, so it already belongs to me.
Huh. If it's yours, why is it sitting over here?
Oh, well, it's a really strange reason. I don't know how to explain it.
Tell me.
Well... I'm a fighter. I used to be a fighter. It's not important. I'm a fighter. This is the sword I use in combat.
You're a fighter?
Yep, 8 years professionally. 8 years.
Oh, that's so cool. So where'd your sword come from? How'd you get it?
I had it made for me by one of the truly great blacksmiths where I lived. Wait a minute, doesn't that conflict with the lore? I thought you said earlier that you originally had a blacksmith make it? Oh wait, no. You were originally going to... I think I in my head, I was saying she was originally going to have a blacksmith make it, but it wasn't good enough, so she made one from scratch. I think what happened is that the great blacksmith did actually make it, but she like upgraded it and refined it to her own tastes. So it doesn't technically conflict with the lore. 8 years. 8 years of this. I gave her endless instructions and specifications for how it should feel and what it should look like. When I held the finished work, I knew beyond a doubt it would help me become a champion. Endless days I trained only with this sword, over and over, learning its every subtlety. Years of practice, hundreds of fights, all using this sword. By the time I felt complete, but by the end I felt complete and total mastery with it. Have you ever tried using a different sword? This sword was made for me. I shaped myself around it.
Whoa, do you also wear this big stupid mask when you're fighting?
No, that mask belongs to someone else.
Have you ever killed a person in a fight?
I don't want to talk about that. So we like a completely ambiguous answer as to whether or not Alta has killed people. Interesting. I mean, you've tried to kill Master Winters, but don't worry about that. I shaped myself around it. It's like it's consumed my entire life.
But I want to know. I want to know everything about fighting. Is it fun to be in a real fight? Does it make you feel super, super cool?
Monster, I don't do all this because it's cool or fun.
Really? So why do you do it?
Because it challenges me in a way that I love. Because I'm good at it. Because you grow the most when you're facing danger. The third one is an insane thing to say. It challenges me in a way that I love. With a lot of skills, it's totally subjective as to how good you are compared to others. But combat is black and white. Either you overpower your opponent, or they overpower you. So every time I defeat someone in combats, I know without question that I'm the one who worked harder. It's perfect, crystal clarity. I did the work and you didn't. A lot of things in the world are confusing, but this one isn't. It's incredible. What? What's that look?
You are the coolest person ever.
Really? I thought you said I was stupid and old.
Yeah, that's because I didn't know you could fight. But now I know you're a fighter, a real one. That's so cool.
I don't feel very cool. Finally, a child's approval. Amazing.
Oh man, Jackie No Name would freak out if he knew I was hanging out with you. Let me have more tea. I want more tea.
To drink or to abandon?
Yeah.
Listen, if you want tea, you should request a specific kind. What's your favorite taste or your favorite thing to eat? Game is too real. Yeah, it's like, this is how kids reacted when they found out I could draw. Yeah, this is like a very real reaction. It's like, wow, that's so cool. And it's like, I don't think it's that. I mean, I'm just all right. I'm just okay. But yeah, kids are very cool like that. They're like, wow, you can do that. That's amazing. It's like, I don't know.
Sometimes I eat dirt, but not because I wanna. Just because it makes Annabeth mad, which I like. What else? Cereal. Commander Crispies is my favorite. I eat it every time I'm staying at Tessa's place. Tessa's mom is so cool because she actually lets me eat sugary cereal. Cereal sucks if it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. That's what Commander Crispy says.
Okay, so things that you eat include breakfast cereal, sugar, and dirt.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I'm gonna go make you a cup of tea, and this time you're gonna actually drink it, and hopefully you don't die. All right, let me go. OE Book of Answers. To achieve sugary breakfast cereal, make a tea with a snow cone, then add a whistleberry to give it a sugary taste. To get the dirt effect, you can add either a mushroom, a miniature pot, or an unwashed coffee bean. Okay, I can get an unwashed coffee bean. There we are. Yeah. Okay. I assume I don't have the snook, or whatever, thing that I need for this. Let's stash this. Sugar is basically just sweet dirt. You know what? Maybe. I guess if you're having chocolate, I guess so. Snow cone and then whistleberry. Okay. Snow cone and then whistleberry. Whistleberry is gonna be... Whistleberry is gonna be, pink surrounded by green. I can do that real quick. Pink surrounded by green. Cool. 1, and then 2, and then 3. All right. Interesting. I feel like I've seen this one before, but it says I've never had this one to drink. Interesting. Stash this. Stash this. Stash this. Child, why are you staring at me? I'm making you your tea, okay? I see you. It feels like she's programmed with the same thing that the Pluffins are programmed with, which is just like to watch me and stare at me whenever I do things. Let's see. The other thing was a snow cone. So that's... all yellow. And I've actually had this one, so... 1, 2, 3, and 4. I get this. Water it. Oh, this one. I actually like this one. This one's cool. I guess that's it. I get 1 and get 2. Alright, cool. Let me go back to the shop and actually make this for her. Okay, cool. Pour in some water. Is that a cat? Oh, that thing is broken. Oh, well, it seems to be still going on. Maybe I should just turn the radio off. Maybe I should just turn it off. I wanted to do that originally. It's like, I don't really like the tunes on here. Okay. Let's get a snow cone. Let's get a dirty coffee bean. And let's get a whistleberry. What the hell? Is that a new person? It is! What the heck? Okay. I thought the child was gonna be the only new person. Okay. Let me get a cup. We get rid of this. Alright, cool. Let's give this to the child. Where's the child? Child? Oh, there you are. Hey, I have your drink. You, stop running. I should sit down with this drink. What is going on with this game? This is strange, very strange thing. Very strange glitch. Here's the tea you asked for.
Can I have a different one?
No. No, drink it.
Okay.
How is it? You drank unwashed, dirt, essentially. What do you think?
Whoa, it tastes just like Commander Crispy's. How did you do that?
Magic.
No way, magic is for nerds. Maybe tea doesn't suck if it tastes like Commander Crispy's. And it's got the taste of dirt, too. Tea tastes like everything. I didn't know tea was this cool. Why didn't you tell me tea was cool?
I thought I did. I did.
Yeah, but you didn't sound cool enough while saying it. You need to sound cooler. Oh, hey, there's something I need to ask you. Do you think you could beat a lion in a fight?
Definitely. Of course.
Yeah, I think so, too. How about a whale? Could you beat a blue whale?
That's, I don't know how that would work. Definitely.
Good. That's what I thought. I just wanted to check. Which would you rather fight, a lion or a whale?
Why not both?
Yeah, I want to do that too. I would stuff the lion right into the whale's blowhole.
You know, maybe we should actually try and be a positive influence on the kid. You know, maybe just a thought. It just occurred to me. I heard Nana's voice resounding in my mind, and I was like, maybe I should. The glitches are how the game embodies Alta's doubts. Truly masterful game design. Also, Monster's animations are really good for a character. Yeah, definitely. I think, like, they're so expressive for the child that she is, but, you know, still very nice.
Could you beat a guy if he had a sword, but all you had was a toothbrush? Could you still kill him?
Monster, combat isn't just about what type of weapon you have. Combat is about control. Control is physical, but it's also mental. Control is knowing what your opponent thinks, what he fears. If I know exactly what my opponent wants, what he's scared of, I can win every time. That's how I became champion. I made sure nobody could control me.
Whoa! This is so cool. I'm learning way more than I ever did in school.
Speaking of which, stay in school.
No way. I'm not gonna let school control me.
All right. Well, I guess you're on the path somehow. All right. Let's go talk to the other person who is new here, I guess. Probably get their order and then give Alta another tea for herself. Hello. I'm love, kindness to ye. Welcome into most begotten traveling types. Yes? What? I don't know if whatever accent it is, I can't do it. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, sure. Hello.
Hello to you as well, my love. Kindness for the Werigon muchly.
This is Wanderstop. It's a tea shop.
So's true. Well, be lovely 'tis. Indeed, well, much is a rest be needed.
You're just making shit up. I can tell. I can tell. You're just making shit up. Oh, she kind of reminds me of that one magical girl who doesn't want to be a magical girl. Yeah, I was thinking that as well, actually. The pretty please, I don't want to be a magical girl. The online indie animation thing. So it very much reminds me of it.
Tells me what kind manner of tea is it you serves like?
There are lots of types. Tell me what you want and I'll try to find it. Scottish, I'm guessing. There's just no way. We're not doing a Scottish on this stream. It's impossible. I was gonna say Australia. Oh no, shit. I don't have no Australia. Australia. This is Australia. What I want. 'Tis the lovely sweet of sentiments. Yes. Pleasant. If you carry, yeah, love Aeon Brew. Aeon Brew? Ah, so's the goddess herself do love it's the most yes, finely made. This is not Australia. Would you be so chaya a cup for myself? How do you make Aeon Brew? Dreams, no dreams, pond brews and such like. Hasn't ya make well to do? Hang on. I'm gonna go talk to Boro. He might have some idea what you're talking about. I don't know. Boro. Hey, there's a customer over there saying some things that are difficult to understand. It sounds more like Southern. You know what? I'm trying my best, alright? Australia is in the southern hemisphere, so that technically works, I think. Maybe. My heavens, Boro has not received a request for Aeon Brew in many ages. This is one of the elder drinks used in ceremonies from long ago. From a vid I watched, loosen your lower jaw to get an Aussie accent. Alright, we got an Aussie accent. Our new friend must be shit. Our new friend must be from old Aeon. What a treat. Boro was very fortunate to be attending a ceremony in old Aeon some years ago, if you are believing it. What was the ceremony? Just tell me how to make the drink. Of course, let us make some. There are several steps we must follow. First, use only cold water. Why is Boro Southern now? I'm trying. We must be infusing the cold water with these ingredients in order. A dupe shroom, a vapor sprout, a color-swapped puff pod using hue shrooms. Add one of these colorful puff pods to the infuser. 4. Toss in a blue loop. After all this, add a you add a tea ball, then you must let the ingredients sit for 1 full minute. Finally, after a minute, 1 more tea ball into the mix. Nothing else. Okay. Alright. Let me go make this tea before I forget. I mean, OE Book of Answers will tell me, but... Also, what? That's a lot. That's a lot to remember. Okay, I thought that was just me. I just pick up this sign. Gerald's sign. Oh yeah, this is Gerald's sign. I forgot about this. Gerald gave me this way back when. Oh gosh. Well, I guess we'll put it back right here. Welcome to Wanderstop. Or I guess stop. You exit the doors and it says stop. Do not leave. Do not leave the shop. You're trapped here forever. Okay, cool. Did she always do Boro Southern? Don't worry about it. Boro's always been Southern. We've always been Southern here on this stream. Let's see. Let me go ahead and read this. Pour fresh water in, but don't move it. Add a dupe shroom. And so I'm gonna need, firstly, dupe shrooms and hue shrooms. Let me... Dupe shrooms are gonna be those. Hue shrooms are gonna be those. So those and those. Alright, let me try and look for this along the clearing. Dupe shrooms. I don't think I need much more of these. I need hue shrooms. 1 and 2. And then a third one of some sort. If I can find one. Not this. Maybe this. This. That pocket is full. Great. Great. Okay, cool. I guess I'll put this upstairs and hopefully none of the Pluffins steal it. Oh, the kid drew something else, too. The kid drew Boro. Look at that. That's amazing. Is this supposed to be me, then? Who is this? No, that's not me. That's just a drawing. Just an drawing. Okay. I guess I'll put this right here because I'm afraid the Pluffins are gonna get it. Alright, I think that my voice is dying. And I do have some water here. So I'm gonna take a swig of water real quick. Give me 1 second. Ma'am, it's almost 3 hours. I know. However, I don't know. We might be finishing the game today. We might, possibly, maybe. Maybe. All right, let me make what is necessary for this. Dupe shroom. Waper sprouts. Do I have a waper sprouts? I don't have a waper sprout. Alright, we'll start there then. We'll start there. Waper sprout is blue surrounded by green. I can do that. Blue surrounded by green. 1 and 2 and 3. Alright, cool. 1, 2, and 3. Stash this. And is there anything else? Child, what do you want?
Hey, what's the coolest fight you've ever done?
The coolest. I fought Arrow Draw on the top of a moving train. I took on the Cyclo 6 in their home base. I beat my own instructor using his favorite weapon. The third one? I trained at his school for 2 years, but he hated me. So on the day I graduated, he called me out. He told me I was arrogant and unskilled with a sword. He challenged me to a sword duel, right there in front of the rest of the students.
Whoa, did you kill him?
No. But I was able to knock his own sword out of his hand, which ended the fight. He was humiliated. In fact, it was so embarrassing that he made us all swear an oath to never tell anyone about it.
That's so cool. I'm gonna draw a picture of the fight.
Make sure it's a high quality, it's a high quality drawing. Make sure your drawing sucks. Make sure your drawing sucks?
Yes, you bet.
Okay, cool. Cool. Let me go back to Ye Book of Answers. Puffpod Fern. Huh, okay. What is a blue loop? Let's start there. Blue loop. Is green surrounded by blue? Okay. Kid, I'm doing something right now. I'm busy. Hold on. Surrounded by blue. 1, 2, 3. Watering can. Oh, ye watering can. Let me fill this up. Alright, cool. And let me get this. 1 and 2. Blue loop. Blue. That pocket is full. Well, great. I guess I'll just drop it somewhere. Doesn't really matter where. Now what else? The puffin fern, whatever, is blue surrounded by pink. Okay, this clearing is getting really, really full. Blue. My last blue, in fact. Surrounded by pink. Oh shit, I don't have enough pink, do I? Okay. Okay. Child, give me a minute. Give me a moment. I can't re-water this one. Can I rewater this one? I can't rewater this one. Is this just for green? It's just for green. This just does not bode well for me. That's not good. What about this one? This one not water? Is it just there for decoration? I guess so. I guess so. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Some more there. Let me go back and try and plant this. Okay, cool. I go here. Watering. Hey, that's cool. I've never seen that before. Cool. Puff pod. That pocket is full. That does not bode well. Alright, cool. Oh, I was supposed to make... Wait. I was supposed to make this and I was supposed to make it inverted. So... Puffin. Do you want this? I'm gonna drop this for you. Apparently I don't want it. Okay, cool. No. No. Child, give me a minute. Might be the words I have actually said. Indeed. Words that have been spoken at some point in life. Just give me a moment, child. You must wait. Okay. Let me go ahead, put the mushrooms. It wasn't the dupe shroom, but it was something else. Is that over here, or is it... It's over here. The hue shroom. I only have 2 hue shrooms? That's not right. I only have 2 hue shrooms. That... Okay. Hue shroom. I didn't mean to talk to you. Okay, fine.
I did it! I drew a picture of your cool fight. Come on, I'll show you.
Child. Ah! Okay, fine. I see the picture of Boro that you did here. That's very, very cool. Is this the fight? Amazing. So it was specified based on what I told her.
Look! See, it's you beating up your stupid teacher. He's a jerk, so I drew him getting hit by lightning too. What do you think?
You captured it perfectly. You made me look too cool. I looked even cooler than this. You captured it perfectly.
Yes, I knew it. I just told it what it was like in my head. Aw, man. I hope I get to see you fight one day. How'd you get so good at fighting? Did you train on a mountain in the snow?
No, I just trained the usual way. Hard work every single day for years. Oh boy, this will either trigger you or heal you. I can imagine. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if Alta should be influencing children. You know, she's kind of a little bit broken. Maybe a little bit too broken. Maybe just not be around the child for right now.
Oh. How did you force yourself to train every day?
Well, I didn't force myself. I wanted to.
You did? You wanted to exercise?
Yeah, I wanted to be great. If you want something hard enough, you'll go to any length to achieve it.
Oh. How'd you get yourself to want something hard enough?
I don't understand. Wanted to exercise? I cannot relate. I don't understand.
Like, if I want something, but I only kinda want it, how do I want it more?
Well, I mean, when I say I wanted to be great, it was more like I had... It was like a voice in my head telling me what to do. Or, I mean, later on, it felt like it was more an actual person, I guess. But for a long time, it was just a voice. A voice telling me to work hard every day. To never stop. I had to. I didn't have a choice.
Whoa. That's so cool. I want to hear a voice in my head like that. No.
No, you don't, I promise you. Sure, I hope you get to experience trauma too. No.
What? Why not?
Monster, this voice. I couldn't say no to it. As we stare into Alta's like dead, empty eyes. Anything it told me to do, I had to do. Monster, no! And I didn't even realize any of this was happening. I was totally unconscious. By the time I could see it, I'd already done something horrible.
Oh. Well, if I do get a voice like that, I'll just be sure to only do good things.
Sounds like a plan. I still think it's a bad idea. Sounds like a plan. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably my best plan yet.
Why do you want a voice like that anyway?
Cause I never do anything good, cause I'm kinda stupid. So if I had that voice, I could work super hard to do stuff that's good.
I don't think you're stupid.
Yeah, I am. You just don't know it yet. Someday, I'm gonna do good stuff for sure.
You'll get there if you work hard at it. Do your parents ever help you?
Nah, they're always busy with stuff. I don't see them much. But it's great, because I get to do whatever I want.
Well, thank you for making this drawing of me.
It was easy. Drawing cool fights is the best.
Aw. Well, that was an uplifting conversation. Okay, I actually love Monster now. It's like, yeah, that was kind of sad. This is the dupe shroom. I need to put this back. Alright, let's put this over here. Hue shroom over here. And then I need another hue shroom. I just have to go find another one. If I can find another one. Over here? Am I seeing some over here? I'm not. I'm not. They're typically on the outer clearing here. Okay, a third one. Third one here. Cool. Awesome. Let's go back to the clearing. And then plant this and then give this to the magical girl. I forgot about it. I was like, who ordered this? I was like, huh? Right, the magical girl. Okay. 1, 2, and then finally 3. It changed this. Let's go ahead and get this. 1. Is that it? I guess that's it. Let's stash this. Buff pod. The pocket is full. Great. Great. I think with that, though, at the very least, I think we're all set to make this drink. We could put this over here as well. Just in case. I'm very scared of these pluffins. Very scared of them. Let me go ahead and read the Book of Answers book, just in case. Don't heat it. Move it along to the infuser. Vapor sprout. Puff pod fern. And then add 2 T-balls. I don't have any T-balls. Do you have to talk to me? Oh, you're just following me around. Okay. I need to get a T-ball, and then we should be fine. Do you have to talk to me? You do. Oh, gosh. Too much stuff to do. One, 2... I'm seeing a bunch of stuff that I can't actually pick up. Oh, there we go. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I still need more? Okay. Okay, fine. Ah, there's some over here. 11, 12. There we go. Let's go put these to bake in the oven, I guess, so to speak. Alright, cool. Stash this. Let's go talk to Nana. Nana, please do not give me another complicated drink to make. I'm begging you. How's business, Nana? Ha! If I told you that, it would completely eliminate the element of surprise. I'd be a sitting duck. I can see you there, waiting for me to slip and reveal something. It won't happen. So, have you studied the economic book I gave you yet? I read the whole thing. I glanced at it. Didn't even open it. Of course, I wouldn't expect anything else. You know what? There was a time when folks gave a damn, when work was work. But nowadays, the only thing anyone cares about is bubblegum and cheating at hopscotch. It's a shame, a damn shame. Kiss today. That's why you gotta keep the kid over there out of trouble. Gotta give her some direction. I'm doing a great job at it. By that, I mean, I told her that I hear a voice inside my head and that she should one day get a voice of her own. Imagine her last drink request is either a green tea or a black coffee. Just like a plain, regular thing, I'd be so relieved. I doubt it's gonna be that, though. Nana, why do you keep berating me about taking care of Monster? Do you know her from somewhere? What's her deal? And no deal to it. I don't know the kid. I just, got a feeling, that's all. Fine, don't tell me. No, hold on. Explain what you mean. Look, I'll tell you something here, but you gotta keep it between us. Deal. I see things, okay? I got a type of vision. Ain't like the way most folks see things. The big fella over there, been helping you out, he see things too. He's got an eye for what people need. Really? Do you know that too? What's going on here? See, the adults are already pulled into the station. We got our ducks in a row. But that kid over there has, let's say she's got a potential. Could go a bunch of different ways. So she could be the next Boro, is what we're saying. And old Nana happens to have an eye for the ugly ways it could go. What do you see? You're messing with me. Are you messing with me? Believe what you want to believe. No skin off my back. All I'm saying is a person needs direction or things get ugly. And I've seen real ugly. I'm not telling you to head off at a pass. Don't let it go there. Whatever there is. That's it. That's all I gotta say on the matter. Alright, take a look. Something off the counter. An olive branch on account of you helping the kid. Oh, for free. Okay. Well, the puffin plushie. For sure. Thanks, Nana. Don't say I did nothing for you. Actually, scratch that. Please did say I did nothing for you. Last thing I need over here is to be seen as some kind of charity case. Pah, never again. Fair enough. Alright. Pluffin? Meet Pluffin. I'm gonna drop this here for you. Okay. Child has something to say now. Oh, gosh.
Hey, I made a decision. Want to hear it?
Sure.
I'm gonna be a fighter. And you know what else I decided? Guess.
You're gonna kill like 1 million people and animals. You're gonna be a thoughtful and introspective fighter. I'm not sure I want to know. You're gonna be a thoughtful and introspective fighter?
Ew, no way. I want to be the least thoughtful fighter ever.
I thought you said you were only gonna do good things.
But that's not the thing I decided. I decided you're gonna teach me. You're gonna show me how to fight.
Oh, you should hear about the last kid. You should hear about the last kid who asked me that. You don't want to be a student of mine.
I want to know all the ways you kick and punch and how to dodge a suplex.
That kid ended up in the hospital.
You can show me sword stuff, and I promise I'll be the best student you ever had. If you're my teacher, then you can make sure I work super hard and train every day like you did. Please?
Well, yeah, sure, I'll teach you. I don't think it's a good idea.
Why? No. Why isn't it a good idea?
Because I can't even carry my own sword, because I don't want you to be me, because you're gonna hurt someone. I mean, this is very true, but I don't understand. A kid can't really understand this, because I can't even carry my own sword.
You can't? Why? Doesn't it belong to you?
It does. I've had it for years. I used it every single day.
So what's the problem?
It's just... I can't, I don't know. I can't carry it, or, I just can't inward. In spite of all these failures, I invite you inward still, is the name of the achievement. Imagine being able to do a suplex while holding a sword. Ah, there we see. That's ingenuity for a new type of move.
Okay, so maybe I'll just use a sword and you tell me what to do. Like, you won't even have to pick it up. You just point at me and tell me and stuff. I'll do anything you say. I just have to be strong enough.
Strong enough for what?
Strong enough to... Because I need to be good. I need to do good stuff, okay?
What do you mean, good stuff?
Just, whatever makes people want to be around you. I don't do anything good, ever. That's why Mom and Dad don't want to be around me. It's why Annabeth doesn't care about me.
Yep. Ow.
I have to do good stuff, okay? I have to not be so stupid for once in my life.
Monster, why do you think that being able to fight has anything to do with people liking you?
Well, I mean, it's like you said. You have to be in control of others. And
what is this music in the background? Is this child is telling me very depressing things.
And if I'm in control, then nobody can hurt me, right? That's what she said.
That's not what I meant. I'm not training you. End of conversation. I promise you're not stupid.
Then prove it. Let me fight. I can do it.
No, I won't do this to you. I won't make you into me.
See, you two think I'm stupid. You think I'm a dumb kid just like everybody else, so you can lie to me and it doesn't matter.
Monster, you aren't dumb. You just have no idea what you're getting into. I've seen how badly this can go. I've seen people truly hurt themselves. It's not about you, I promise. There are other reasons.
If it's not about me, then you should trust me.
No, I can't. I won't. I'm sorry.
I'm not good enough for you. I'm not good enough for anyone.
Monster.
Go away.
Okay, leave. Listen, there are other ways to be stronger.
Stop talking to me. Go away. Go away.
Alright, fine. Alright. Well, Boro, I just ruined a child's dreams. Boro, I just had a terrible conversation with the kid over there. Monster. She's just completely reckless. I want to help her, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I want to help her, but I can't. And take a sip of water here as well. I will say that I wanted this to be the finale stream. And it's not that I don't want to finish the game today. Like, usually, if this was under a normal circumstance, I could probably do this in about 4 hours or so. And actually complete the game. However, I do have to wake up early tomorrow. I do have to wake up early. Bro, your throat. I'm fine. I'm fine. Otherwise, I am... I'm basically recovered. But... I do have to wake up early. And I know that I do. So... I think... I'm gonna end stream here for today after this conversation with Boro. You do seem to have a fair bit left. Okay, I see. Well, in that case, it's okay. We can end at crushing a little girl's hopes and dreams. Exactly. Yes, I see. Children can be quite difficult to help. Truly, they are little minds of their own, but Boro is glad that you are at least trying your best. Is there anything I can do to calm her down, just settle her? Well, it is possible that she... Oh, goodness. What? Over there, by the exit of the forest. I believe she has taken something of your... Ooh, she took my sword! Damn it, what is she doing? This keeps getting stupider and stupider. I think I should go out there and track her down. I don't want her to get too far with my sword. I don't want her to hurt herself. I don't want her to take my sword. I see. Would Miss Alta like Boro's assistance at all? Yes. No, I started this. I'll be the one to fix it. No, I can't even lift the sword. Surely the game will end with that being resolved this way. And then she took the sword and left. Very good. I'm understanding. I wish you good fortune on your forest rescue expedition. Thanks. I'll be back in a bit. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the entrance, and then I'm gonna save from there. Okay, cool. And let's save and quit. I can fix it. Alta, no, we've been through therapy. We haven't learned anything. The end. Yay. All right. Well, with all that said, let me go ahead and look for somebody to raid if anyone is online right now. This all made some good progress today. I'm pretty sure we can beat the game probably next time, which is maybe tomorrow or Friday. I don't know. I don't know. But for right now, things are as they are. Let's see. Who is online? My VTuber mama is online, actually. Yes, she is online with Sly 2, a band of thieves. So we're gonna go read her and say hello. And I'm also going to... I'm also gonna make myself some tea. Because my voice is a little scratchy. Just a tad. Not too bad, but maybe just a little bit. Sly, I haven't heard that name in a long time. I know, it's certainly been a while since I've seen somebody play the Sly Cooper games. So, but let me go over, let me set up the raid here. And let me go over to ending screen. Yippee. Alright, cool. Oh shit. Well, sure. She just got off? I don't think so. I think her raid settings might be off. No worries at all. It's just that the only other person online right now is Mina, and we raided Mina yesterday. So, you know what? You know what? Be free. Go and do whatever you want. I don't know. I don't want to raid somebody twice just in case. Just in case. Because I don't want to be, I don't know, a little weird or something. But have a wonderful rest of your night, everybody. I want to go make some tea and then go to sleep. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye.